Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. In this video, we will be talking about the number of atoms in a unit cell. So in the previous video, we have already discussed about the types of unit cell, that is the primitive unit cell and the centered unit cell. The centered unit cell can again be subdivided into three types, that is the body-centered unit cell, the face-centered unit cell and the NCentered unit cell. So in this video, we will be looking at the number of atoms in each of these units. So coming to the primitive unit cell, there are 8 atoms at the 8 corners of the units. So just look at this structure. There are 8 atoms at the 8 different corners of the unit cell. Suppose, let us consider that these atoms are pairs. So if you look at this three-dimensional structure, only 1/8 part of this pair or the atom belongs to this unit cell. So there are 8 atoms in this unit cell, therefore the contribution will be 8 into 1 by 8, which is equals to 1. So we can say that the total number of atoms in one unit cell is equal to 1. Next, coming to the body-centered unit cell, there are 8 atoms at the 8 corners of the unit cell, and there will be 1 atom at the center of the unit cell, or we can say at the body. So look at this diagram. Similarly as the previous one, there are 8 atoms at the 8 corners, which will contribute 1/8, and there is 1 atom at the center of the units. So the 8 corners will be contributing 1/8 per corner atom, which is equal to 1 atom. The bodies, since there is 1 body-centered atom which will contribute fully, so it is 1 into 1, which is equal to 1 atom. Therefore the total number of atoms present per unit cell in a body-centered unit cell will be equals to 2. Next, coming to the face-centered unit cell. So in the face-centered unit cell, there will be 8 atoms at the 8 corners of the unit cell, and there will be 6 atoms at each faces of the unit cell. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So the atoms at the corner of the unit cells will contribute 1/8. Since there are 8 corners, therefore it will be equals to 1 atom in total, and this faces will contribute half. As you can look here, it will contribute only 1/2 atom per unit cell. Since there are 6 such atoms, therefore from 6 face-centered atom, half atom per unit cell will be contribute, which will give a total of 3 atoms. Thus, the total number of atoms per unit cell in a face-centered unit cell will be 4. So the last type is the NCentered unit cell. So in NCentered unit cell, there are 8 atoms at the 8 corners of the unit cell, and 2 atoms at the 2 opposite faces of the unit cell. So these 8 atoms at the corners will contribute 1/8. Since there are 8 such corners, therefore 8 into 1/8 will be equals to 1. And this atom at the ends of the faces will contribute half. Therefore the 2 NCentered atoms will contribute half atom per unit cell, which will give us a total of 1 atom. And altogether in the NCentered unit cell, there are the total number of atoms in the unit cell will be 2. So this was all about the number of atoms in a unit cell.